Hi, welcome to Mind Medicine, a place where you can go to find healing for your mind, your body. I am here to help you feel better mentally so you can be mentally stronger. Today, the purpose of this discussion is to talk about the difference between a 504 plan and an IEP, which is an individualized education plan. Now, as a school psychologist, I am always getting asked that question by parents. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to just kind of give parents, and maybe you're an educator or maybe you work in a school system and you just do not know the difference between an IEP and a 504 plan. Well, let's start with the 504 plan. Well, the 504 plan comes from the Section 504 Rehabilitation Act. Is simply for students to receive accommodations in the classroom, students with physical or mental impairments. So, just to give you an example, a lot of students receive 504 plans for ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. So, a student may have a diagnosis of ADHD, and the student may struggle in the classroom because of that diagnosis. The student may need extra time to complete assignments because of lack of focusing, being distracted easily. So either the teacher or the parent may request for this student to be evaluated for a 504 plan. So once that is done, myself as a school psychologist, I attend a meeting with a 504 designee with the parent, and we all discuss the concerns about that student. From there, if a 504 evaluation is conducted, well, if I am the evaluator for the 504, if it's ADHD or anxiety, I am looking to give the parent and the teacher some rating scales to see if this student is exhibiting symptoms that are related to ADHD or anxiety or whatever we're looking at. From there, I may also do an observation. After that, I write a report and I just put my findings in that report. And then we meet again to discuss eligibility for a 504 plan. So if the student, if I see that the results came back showing that this student is, struggling because of in the classroom because of his disability, whether he has a hard time focusing in class, and because of that, he's unable to finish his assignments on time. So, or maybe the student has so much anxiety that they're unable to complete their assignments. So if that is happening, the student will be eligible for a 504 plan. And then from there, the 504 designee, they would go ahead and write the 504 plan in the next meeting. They'll write the 504 plan. The teacher gives her input. The parent gives their input. And then that student then has a 504 plan. Some of the accommodations that are in a 504 in a 504 plan are extra time. The student may take their test in a separate location. The student may have additional time to complete homework. So all these things are done to help the student to become more successful in the classroom, and to let the teachers know legally that they have to give the student these accommodations in the classroom. Now, on the flip side, an IEP, which is called the Individualized Education Plan, it's different than the 504 because not only does it provide accommodations, but it provides services in the classroom that are linked with an ESC teacher, or some people call them a special education teacher. So an IEP is developed because a student is struggling in a particular area in the educational setting, whether it's math, reading, his behavior. This student is not being successful because of his disability. Now, in order to qualify for an IEP, because we're not just looking at accommodations and whether the student has, let's say, an ADHD diagnosis or has a physical impairment. It has to be educationally relevant. So the student has to be struggling in the educational setting, meaning that the student has to be failing, or his test scores have to be low, or some kids are performing significantly below grade level. So in those cases, then an IEP may be warranted for that student. So as a school psychologist, my role in the whole IEP process is to evaluate students to determine if a student is struggling in a particular area. So I may do academic assessments or cognitive assessments, behavioral assessments to see what are those students' strengths and weaknesses. And then those results come back, and I go over my report. Also, the school has their information as far as the grades and how the student is performing, on district and state assessments, as well as the interventions they have been given the student. If the student has not closed in that gap with all the interventions, like reading interventions or math interventions or behavior interventions, if the student is still struggling with all of the help that they're receiving in the gen ed classroom, then once all those results come back, we make a decision as a team. The team consists of the school psychologist, the school counselor, gen ed teacher, an ESC teacher, also the parents, most importantly the parents. And then and also if we're looking at speech or another related services, like OT or PT, those people may be involved as well, depending on what that student need is. From there, we make a decision if the student does meet that criteria, and we're saying, okay, with all these with all the interventions the student is receiving in the classroom, the student is still not successful, then an IEP is written. And an IEP is written by an ESC teacher, an exceptional student education teacher. The teacher writes an IEP, goes over goals and services that will be provided for the student. Services may look like this teacher going into their classroom and working with that student on reading interventions or math interventions or whatever they're working on in the classroom. Also, just like the 504 plan, that student will also receive accommodations in the classroom. They will receive extra time. They may be pulled out in a small group. In addition, they will receive accommodations for state and district testing, just like the 504 will receive accommodations for state and district testing. So that is pretty much the difference between a 504 plan and an IEP. An IEP just is a little bit more targeted. It's more services, I would say, compared to the 504 plan, which is just accommodations. The IEP has that teacher that's linked to it, the ESC teacher that will provide services for the student to help narrow that gap, to help that student become more successful in reading or math or whatever area that they're struggling in. So I hope that explained it a little bit. If you do have further questions, please comment below and let me know what your questions are so I can know what else I need to discuss, because I know I hear this often in meetings with parents. They don't know the difference. So if you have any further questions, feel free to comment and I will try to address them. So thank you for tuning in. I hope this was helpful.